Good evening, Rascal Enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rustore rotation that happened 5 hours ago. Yeah, it was an early Rustore. Took us by surprise. There's not much we can do about that, but we can sit here and appreciate the skins. So let's hop over to here, take a looky. And as you can see, we've got a lot of continuations that have appeared. Now, you might question the choice of clothing. We'll get to that, don't worry. But we actually did get a lot of very nice continuations for, of course, weapon collections, deplorable collections. It's looking pretty sweet in that regard. Now, another thing you might not instantly notice, it was a lot of early picks this week. For all of 2024, the vast majority of skins that were picked were typical picks. And if you don't fully understand that, I'll keep this nice and simple. If you see skins in the top picks list set up by TGG, if they are accepted, that's the typical batch. That is the typical batch of skins you'd normally see being accepted. So we call those typical skins. These skins came out a week before. TGG has gone ahead and, quickly checked on all of them, made sure that they are of the quality standard to be accepted into Rust and, DMCA checks and whatnot. You get the idea. But an early pick is quite literally a skin that you'd see in the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks. These skins literally only appeared just this past weekend. So, yeah, sometimes we do see this happen quite a lot, and it looks like it's happening all over again. So if I were to just kind of insert this in real quickly, if you want to always be up to date with the newest skins that appear on the Rust Workshop, feel free to go ahead and take a look at my Rust Workshop skin checks video. Of course, every single video has every single continuation chaptered if you so wish to skip ahead to a part that interests you. So, yeah, up to you. Just want to point that out. So, back over to here. Yes, as we look at this Rustore, we should also quickly figure out which of these skins are and are not abnormal. So, with 10 skins, how many of them are abnormal? Let's go ahead and find out. I can confirm that the Apocalypse Nomad M39 is not abnormal. The Blocky Lighthouse Door is abnormal. The Cyber Boots are not abnormal, but the gloves are abnormal. The Imperial Pump Shotgun is not abnormal. The Khinkali Furnace is not abnormal. The Shadowborn Large Box is abnormal. The Snakebite Hunting Bow is not abnormal. The Thundergold Custom SMG is abnormal. And the Tomb of the Octopus Garage Door is abnormal. So that means for the next week we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abnormals to chase after, with that being 5 regular skins as well. So that's all nice and good to know. Let's now also point out that with a brand new Rustore rotation, the regular skin, yes, we only had one regular skin. The regular skin became marketable. It was the Apocalypse Nomad AK-47, and to our surprise, with the early Rustore rotation, I'm under the impression that a lot of people were probably waiting until the last second to then go ahead and buy this, but it happened a lot earlier. So let's just quickly go ahead and show you the final sales of the skins from the past week, and well, it's a lot lower than what I was anticipating. I have to really get this across. With the beginning, the first 24 hours of sales, it really did look like all of these skins were going to sell a whole lot better, especially when I make comparisons to the likes of Chameleon Tier 3 to Redemption Tier 3. Chameleon Tier 3 was selling so much more compared to Redemption Tier 3, and now Redemption Tier 3 has actually sold more in comparison. It suddenly slowed down. Everything just kind of reached a halt, and then, yeah, it just didn't sell that much. So to see the fact that this Shadowborn Sheep Matador only just barely did over 20,000 subscribers, that is surprising. And then, well, I'm not surprised to see that this is starting to suffer a little bit. I thought that was a little bit too much for the Krabby Boonie hat. We discussed that last night, of course, with last night being the abnormal Barter stream, which you can see right over here. We did discuss all the skins last night. We went over what buy order prices we want to offer, and then, of course, we did the actual buy orders around here, and we're chasing after the skins, putting buy orders down. You get the idea. You've seen an abnormal Barter stream, I'm sure. So basically, we're now going to quickly look at all the skins, see how they're currently holding up with their Barter support, and question what's going to happen to them. So first of all, as I said, the Apocalypse Nomad AR, I'm under the impression a lot of people failed to buy it because they probably wanted to wait till the last second. And just to point this out, it only did 8,500 subscribers. That is incredibly low. So we know only 8,563 individual people bought the skin. How many did they buy? We don't know, but we know that's the amount of people that bought it. It seems low, and well, who knows what's going to happen to this in the future, but I can't help but assume, based on the fact that the listings are only at a set price and the buy orders have started to increase, that this actually might work out quite nicely. And just to remind you, it's one of the only AK-47s with an aim sight like this. You might not instantly notice it, but it's got a little bit of transparency there that just helps you see a little bit more. And it only takes 1 or 2 TikTok videos and suddenly everybody cares about it and everybody wants it. Typical, but it is what it is. So we also did see a continuation today, didn't we? So with that, things are looking interesting, but now let's look at the abnormals from the previous night. And of course, we've got the Shadowborn sheep on the door right here. Only did 20,000 subscribers, and it's suddenly getting a lot more interest. I wonder why. Because a brand new deplorable skin from the same collection got instantly accepted today. Yes, indeed. The bilders are now pushing up. It's looking stronger. It's only looking better. And I can confirm the garage door got bought out today as well. If I quickly go over here to the front page, it's right there. But if I refresh, I think the front page has changed. There you go. So it's disappeared now. But just to point out, it was there, and it's been there for a good several hours today. So yeah, Shadowborn, it's only looking more promising. The skin creators, both Mr. Vase and Cubist, keep putting out very nice designs. Everybody approves of it, everybody likes it, everybody wants it, and well, there you go. Prices are only doing better. But again, I can't help but assume people wanted to wait until the last minute to then go buy a bunch of these. But with it being an early rustle rotation, well, now they missed out, so they've got to put down a stronger buy order, or they just buy out the stock, and it's only looking better. So more skins, the merrier. Over to here, Mr. Krabby Boonie Hat. So we questioned this last night. It's the only Boonie Hat to sell at $1.49 ever. We've had some Boonie Hats way back in the past, which sold for like $2.49 and $7.49, but never one for $1.49, especially during recent times. And unfortunately, based on what we see here, it doesn't look like it's going to match up to its rust door price. And with the amount that sold, yeah, even more. So we can assume there could be some bad problems happening to the likes of this. What you're going to do... It seems to be selling, which is okay, but it doesn't look like it's going to be maintaining that price it's sold for. Maybe it does. There has been rumours from the skin creator himself that he does plan to make a collection out of this. He didn't do that immediately though, so instantly we can see there's troubles, but if we do see continuations, primitive skins maybe, with more Krabu style skins, then yeah, maybe it does work out quite alright. But as of now, not looking very pretty. Over to here, we can see the Blocky cargo box. Now, how much did that sell by the end? And the answer is, it only did for 14,800. When you compare that with the garage door did like twice the amount of sales. Oh, you've gone down by a little bit. That's probably a straggler. We'll talk about that in a second, don't worry. But yeah, it's doing good now because we instantly got the sheepman a door. So, back over to here. You're looking pretty sweet. You got bought out, bilders pushing upwards, a lot more support in the collection, purely based on the idea of the fact that we're going to get more of the collection, potentially. So things are looking good for the Blocky collection, that's nice to see. Then we go over to here, Chameleon. Okay, so I did point this out, Chameleon Tier 3 doesn't look like it sold as much as Redemption, so if I could quickly just point this out, the face mask did just over 13,000 subscribers, the chest plate did just under 13,000 subscribers, and doing that nice little comparison, so Redemption... Another shiny tier 3 set that came out somewhat late last year. That ended up doing, what's this? 13,600 and 13,800 subscribers. More people bought that compared to the Chameleon. So, and now you can see Redemption's only started to pick up a little bit, so maybe Chameleon Tier 3 is going to work out quite alright, but we do have to anticipate and wait for the likes of the Hoodie and Pants and Tier 2, whenever it may come, and that might take a while, so take that into consideration. So back over to here, that is currently listed at $2.33, that's already gone down to a fairly low price. If it's sold for $2, yeah, it's already getting close to the price it's sold for. Bilders are pushing up though, pushing up to about $1.90-ish, bulk of the Bilders ends at around $1.70, let's hope and see that we do see continuations for the set core pieces, that is, and it ends up working out very nicely for it in the future. But as of now, things are looking a bit, it's getting a bit close to the price it already sold for in the rust. Oh no. But it didn't sell that much, so we'll see how it turns out. Snakebite sleeping bag, you only did 12,000 sales, and just to confirm that, yep, there you go, 12,000 bare minimum sales, subscriber count. So back over to here, I think this actually might work out quite alright. Based on what we saw with the Firefly sleeping bag, a green sleeping bag that glows still gets some appreciation. And yes, during the day you probably wouldn't notice it. At night you probably will. But you know what? Just stick it in a bush and maybe the people won't notice the ice. And, you know, if you're going to want to have a sleeping bag indoors, you know, inside and be able to see it at night time, you probably want something that glows a little bit more brighter or is a lot more noticeable. It's up to you. You can question that as much as you want, but regards to what I've seen in terms of the sales and, you know, the comparison to the Firefly sleeper bag, I can't help but assume he's going to do perfectly fine. I can't help but assume this sleeper bag will do okay. It might not go up in price that much, it might not go down in price that much, but it'll be stable, reasonable. I think it's going to be okay. That's the answer. And then over to here real quickly with the Prototype 7164. I questioned it yesterday with the abnormal stream. I kind of just sat there and said, guys, I'm just going to stick with doing a 60 cent, 20 cent buy order. I like the design, I respect it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more prototype skins. However, I don't think people will be appreciating it, and I don't think the price will hold. And lo and behold, it looks like it's going to be doing just that. No buy order going above $1.30. So, yeah, we'll see what happens to that then. and then over to here, Thundergold double barrel shotgun. That did not sell that much. So if I go back over to here, Thundergold double barrel shotgun only did 9,700 subscribers, almost. And if I compare that to all the other Thundergold weapon skins, yeah, it's the lowest selling Thundergold weapon skin we've had so far. But with the more the merrier, with more skins being accepted, Thundergold only stays strong, and it looks like we're only going to be happier from now on with that acceptance right there. So, overall, yeah, let's see if that remains being the only double barrel shotgun skin to be in the positive over the course of the past 3 or so years, because if I can just quickly remind you, not a single one over the past 3 years is doing good at the moment. So we'll see if you manage to hold exactly like the AK-47 and the SAR. So, yeah, that was all the skins. Let's see if everything works all right from here and now. Maybe we'll see some more continuations in future Rustors, because as I said, today was a very nice day for continuations. So what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below and whatnot. But now let's proceed and start discussing those brand new skins. Alright, so first thoughts, I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'll talk about it again. I think it's very nice to see all these deplorables that are accepted. You got someone here with his first ever skin to be accepted. Congratulations to you, Mr. Dumch. Congratulations. You got instant continuations of interesting deplorable collections. Blocky and Shadowborn getting an instant continuation. Both of those being early picks. Alright. Now we've also got Tomb of the Octopus. This has been a collection that's been building up for quite some time. Yes, we've only got one skin so far, but I can confirm Mr. Himmick has been working on this for quite some time. You've got a large box. You've got potentially more. Oh no, there's the version 1s of the box and thing. But let me just point this out. There's also a Tomb of the Octopus box. So that's something nice to be aware of in the future. So yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Again, we don't really see that many M39 skins. That's something for us to talk about in a bit. Thundergold version 2. So that was a resubmission of the custom SMG. Instantly accepted. Face Punch likes Thundergold. Why didn't they accept the Thundergold hoodie and pants? Why? Anyway, moving on. And as I said, in regards to the slot for the clothing and armor, Cyber took it again. I know not that many people are super enthusiastic for it, but it's done now. It's finished. Cyber collection doesn't have any more potentially. Maybe there might be a jacket or whatnot. We'll see. So regardless, perfectly fine Rustov for what it is. And as we steer towards May time, will we see some interesting things for May Force Wipe? Will we have complete the sets and most wanted? We don't fully know just yet, but we'll see. Also, I can just quickly point this out with Micro's website. Every brand new Rustor rotation, if you go check the accepted skins, you'll see this. Basically, it takes like a snapshot of their upvotes, their downvotes, their score and whatnot, and that's what it looks like. So please consider looking at Mr. Micro's website. Very nice and helpful. I'll probably make sure to link it in the description of this video. But yeah, you can see what the upvotes look like. You even have an upvote to downvote ratio now. So to see Shadowborn Large Box of all of that doing very nicely, it's nice to see. The Tomb of the Octopus garage door had a very nice comparison as well. So a lot of skins here with very nice upvote to downvote ratios. Very nice to see. So yeah, go look at that. That's what the actual batch looks like with all the skins. And of course, don't forget, there was plenty of very interesting skins that are submitted over the past weekend and as of Monday. And if you want to have a nice quick look at all of them, you could just hover over all of these, get a quick look at something. And if anything catches your attention, you could, stop, take a look, enjoy it. You get the idea. So let's move on from here. Let's actually go discuss these skins now. So let's start off with the top selling skins so far. Let's discuss the Tomb of the Octopus garage door. Right, so number 1, another garage door. Cool looking garage door. I should point that out though. So this is the Tomb of the Octopus garage door. It is the second attempt and it got accepted. Congratulations, Shimmick. And I've got to point this out. Very cool looking design. That looks awesome. But there's a problem. We've just had some very cool looking garage doors being accepted over the past, 2 months? So this is where we return to the problem that we've been talking about for quite some time now. We've literally just had Blocky Rig garage door. We had Clan-based garage door. We had Shadowborn garage door. Now we've got Tomb of the Octopus garage door. It's happening all over again. In such a short amount of time, we got some awesome looking garage doors, and well, it's starting to affect all of them. Now, of course, Shadowborn and Blocky, they get the benefit of being part of collections that are active and getting more deplorable skins being accepted. That's nice. But then you look at like the clan-based garage door, and that's just suffering, and that's sold significantly less compared to these two, but the point is still across. It's suffering because it's not getting continuations, and it's just a standard, cool-looking garage door with other cool-looking garage doors coming out afterwards. It lost its thunder. It lost its attention. It all went towards like this, and well, potentially this again because it got continuations. So that Tomb of the Octopus, I'm optimistic that it's a cool looking skin that's going to have a cool looking set, but will we actually see the continuations being made? Will we actually see the continuations being accepted? We're falling in that sort of thing. So it could easily end up like this, maybe more like this. This is very in demand, this is in demand, and this doesn't have any continuation, so it's losing demand. So yeah, only slightly below its rustore price, quite significantly losing its price, or doing perfectly fine. It's a bit all over the place there, isn't it? So I like the garage door. I think it looks cool. Once again, get a good get a good look at its design. And as I said, there is a continuation technically already in place with the large box. Do you like it? Are you a fan of that? Do you reckon it looks cool? Do you reckon it stands out very nicely? And what else would you like to see potentially in the vision of what he has here? Like, do you think a furnace would work? Do you reckon maybe a rug? What else would you consider? I mean, a furnace probably would look cool because you could do like the head of the octopus with the eyes. Oh, actually no, Himic, that's actually a pretty cool idea right there. Consider doing that. So yes, cool idea potentially. But we've had other cool-looking garage doors, and we're very likely going to keep seeing more new cool-looking garage doors. So yeah, last year 28 garage doors, actually technically 27 because of course the Industrial Bloodgate. If you understand that, you know what I'm talking about. And in the previous year we had 28 as well. Guys, at the pace we're looking at these garage doors coming out, I can't help but assume we're going to see another 28 skins in total this year. So whilst it looks pretty tight and crazy now, I mean, just wait until you see the rest of this year and we're going to see even more garage door skins being accepted, Twitch drops, you name it, all of that. So what do you reckon? By default, it's abnormal. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to leave it till Wednesday. That's the smartest approach because I can't help but assume it's going to sell quite nicely, but I also can't help but assume it might lose its interest very quickly if we see another garage door, and if we don't see those continuations being produced and whatnot. But we can wait until, of course, this weekend, see what's going on in the workshop, see if Mr. Himmick's going to put out another octopus-themed deplorable skin, and then we can kind of incorporate that into our understanding when we consider what we want to do on Wednesday. Wednesday being Abnormals Day. We will consider what prices we want to offer. We'll go do the buy orders, we'll look at the support afterwards, and we'll consider if we want to jump in and buy some. I know there was a lot of worry there, but that's the problem. We will be seeing more garage doors. It's inevitable. And if they look very good, even more of a problem. So I respect it, but I worry for it. But if you like it, by all means, go ahead and buy it. Appreciate it. Support the skin creators. Keep them motivated to keep wanting to put out very nice creator designs in the future. But as the investor, I'd rather be a bit more patient, wait it out, leave it till the abnormal barders, and of course, you know, leave it until we actually see the support afterwards. So we'll see from here on now. Let's move on. Shadowborn is very, very good at the moment. Oh, yes, indeed. Look at over here, and what do we see? Garage doors doing good. Sheet metal doors doing good. Now we've got the large box. Is there going to be any more skins? Well, just to quickly point this out, there was a fourth skin that's been skipped again. So if I go to Shadowborn, what do we see? We've skipped the sheet metal double door again. What's going on? So this could be seen two ways. Face Punch doesn't want to accept another sheet metal double door for a reasonable amount of time. If you can remember, back in February, we had 4 in 2 weeks. That was ridiculous. Maybe they don't want to rush out another sheet metal double door so suddenly. Or maybe they want to save something for the upcoming Complete the Set / Most Wanted. Again, there is no confirmed announcement from Face Punch that we are going to have Complete the Sets again, but I can't help but assume we are going to have it. So this is cope. This is cope. But regardless, there is still one hidden in the pocket, and well, if they want to bring it out for those days, the Complete the Sets or Most Wanted, fair enough, we'll be happy with that. And well, another deplorable skin for the deplorable collection only keeps the demand growing even more so. So we're 3 skins in now, and I should point this out. You remember the porcelain collection? Remember how I kept talking about how last year we only had 2 accepted for the porcelain collection from Mr. Vase? I should clarify there was actually 3 porcelain deplorables. It's just the furnace was accepted the year before. Alright, so just remember that there was 3 deplorable skins in total. We now have 3 skins here in total. What's next? We don't fully know yet, but Shadowborn very likely will be getting another very cool looking deplorable skin being produced this upcoming weekend, so of course keep an eye on the workshop. But the point is, it's been doing very, very good with its support. If you go look at the upvotes to downvotes, the upvote to downvote ratio, the scores, they've been like top performers for every single week they've come out. Alright? So I can't help but assume Face Punch is acknowledging that, People are appreciating them. They're buying them. I mean, Sheepman only did 20,000 bare minimum sales last week, but still, that's good. Compared to all the other skins, that's very nice. So that large box, can't help but assume it's going to be in a very comfy, solid spot. Can't help but assume that we will be seeing another deplorable skin being, submitted. Can't guarantee it's going to definitely be accepted, though, all right? So we've got to take that into consideration. Face Punch could easily just sit there and say no. So, cool looking design. Guy on the horizon shooting a rocket. Awesome looking stuff right there. What's next? We don't know. But every single Shadowborn skin does have a different design. All you can really do is sit there and wait until the Rust Workshop skins are being submitted. Now, in terms of all the large box skins that have appeared over the past year or so, how are they currently holding up? Well, the vast majority of them aren't doing very well. Negative, 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 negative. A lot of them are in the negative. It's not very good. But you should also acknowledge that the ones that are in the positive are from collections. Temper Collection, Abyss Collection, Punkjack Collection. Now, Blocky's doing good. That literally just happened. But one thing that hasn't been doing good is Pirate Collection. That is down by 47%. But I can't help but assume with the support that Shadowborn has, it's going to be doing very nicely regardless. So, what will we see next? I don't know, but there's still room for an armoured door, some double doors again, armoured double doors, wooden door, wooden double door, rug, furnace, small box. What else could be done? Water purifier? Yes! Yeah, you name it. There's still a lot more to go. Shadowborn bearskin rug, maybe. That would be pretty cool. Maybe something like that. We'll see. But yeah, you get the idea. There's still plenty more things that can be produced. Maybe we'll get some Shadowborn clothing, weapons, who knows? But I do expect more. It's just whether Face Punch will accept it. And the problem is, Face Punch decides. So, overall, there is a lot of optimism behind it. How much will it sell is the next question. It's abnormal, so we don't have to worry about that too much. We can look at it Wednesday. We can consider what prices we want to offer. We can engage it. Exactly what we did with the likes of the Sheepman Adore last week. But so far, Sheepman Adore, early pick. Large box, early pick. If we do see another skin next week, or rather this weekend I should say, maybe that's an early pick as well. And then instantly, the large box instantly goes up in price. Exactly like the Sheepman Adore. So there's a lot to take into consideration. He's doing very nicely. That's doing very nicely. Let's just show you the garage door, because of course it's had two boosts with the likes of continuations appearing. So today, last week, it went all the way up to $10. Then it cooled down a bit because more people listed theirs on the Steam market. But today, a lot more people jumped in and bought them out again. And if I look at that, you can clearly see that there's been a boost in purchases and whatnot. So, yeah, things are looking pretty sweet for it at the moment. Comfortably in the positives. Sold for $3, now sitting there at $5. And if we keep seeing more and more continuations, all the better for that garage door and for the whole set. We just got to keep an eye out and see if there's going to be more. So that's nice, that's cool, abnormal, you get the idea. Let's move on. Apocalypse Nomad M39. Alright, number one, that's not abnormal. Exactly like the AK from the previous week. But there's an interesting little detail. How many M39 skins do we even see being accepted every now and then? One. One at best, alright? Last year we got one, the year before that we got one, the year before that we got one, the year before that none, and the year before that we got 5. And that's when it was first introduced and skinnable. So we don't have many to compare to. But I can point this out. In the negative 30, negative 8, negative 48, and then all of these are fairly priced in the positive because they're old, all right? There's not that many of them in circulation. So there's a potential problem we instantly notice. If this does about 10,000 sales, yeah, it's instantly going to have some problems. How often are we even using an M39? Question that. But we've got to point this out. There's no M39 like this. What do you mean? We have the modified aim down sight. Yes, you can see a fair bit more. There's nothing that compares to this. This is special, this is unique, and this very likely might end up, giving it a nice little boost in terms of its value. Gentlemen, does that help you enough? Feel free to comment below, alright? It is a pay-to-win site. Compared to all the other ones, that is a pay-to-win site. This is a trend that we are seeing with the Apocalypse Nomad collection. We've seen it with the MP5, the AK, and now the M39. I wonder what's next. We shall see. There was some clothing that was attempted. I don't think that has a pay-to-win aim site. But we are seeing more and more of these being produced, and Face Punch likes it. Doesn't matter if they don't sell crazily, Face Punch is still accepting quite a lot of them. So, what else could we potentially see on the horizon? Maybe we'll see something like a Python. The only Python with a pay-to-win aim site is the Blackout Python. So I hope you're listening to Zed Skipper and Mr. Dark Schneider. That would be interesting. Maybe we could see the likes of some shotguns, who knows? But the main crux I can understand a lot of people probably don't like about it is it looks very war-torn and battle-scarred and whatnot, but that's the intended design. It's supposed to pair up very nicely with the Nomad hazmat suit, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we will see some like primitive skins being produced for it, because I feel like that would pair up very nicely in comparison to the likes of the hazmat and whatnot. But we can't really use it with it, but you get the idea. Like a nice reflection of it. We'll see what's coming out next. But I am hesitant purely based on the idea of how often our M39 is even being used. If there's not enough justification to use the weapon itself, where's the justification to own skins? Therefore, in most instances, those skins will go down in price pretty hard. Yeah, we see that quite a lot. And that will be a point I'll be bringing up again a little bit later when we talk about the Thundergold Custom SMG. So, if it sells respectively, like if it doesn't sell crazily, if it ends up like the AK and the MP5, where it only does about 10,000 sales, that probably will be perfectly fine. But I will point this out, Kevlar M39 was in a very similar spot, only did about 12,000 sales, currently negative in, down by 30%. Uh-oh. And it's not like the other Apocalypse Nomad skins are doing perfectly fine. The MP5 is still down. The AK only just became available today, and I think a lot of people missed out on that. I already made mention of that, so I can't help but assume that's currently doing very nicely at the moment because people missed out on it. Will that actually hold? We'll have to wait another week or two and look at it again to get a good idea of what its actual genuine value is. But overall, with what we see here, it's building up to a nice weapon-only collection. But by default, weapon-only collections don't really tend to do very well. That's a problem. So we don't have to rush into buying this. All right, you might want to buy one for yourself. By all means, go forth. Support the skin creator. You know exactly what I'm going to say. But for yourself, it's different. When you're buying for a potential profit, you've got to play it smarter. You've got to see how many of them are going to be available. Yeah, we're probably just better off waiting until Wednesday. And I always say it, so come on now, you should know. You should know. So that's nice to see. It's unique. It's special with its aim sight. How much will it sell? Well, there's only one way to find out. We've got to play the waiting game. So we'll leave that for a good, reasonable amount of days. What do you think? I really do need to hear other people's opinions, so feel free to comment below, but I'm going to move on now. Let's talk about the likes of the cyber boots and the gloves. Right, so this is the last of the cyber collection. I know a lot of people aren't exactly super in favour of it, but with that being accepted today, we did see these bump up in value. So with the boots and gloves appearing today, people did in fact buy out the stock of the cyber hoodie pants, the tier 2, and even some of the tier 3. But I will sit here and say, after the tier 2 came out like a good, month or so ago? Almost like 2 weeks, I'll say 2 weeks. We did see the values of these skins start to go down a fair bit. It wasn't dramatically, but it was starting to. But the fact that we just got these two today, fair enough, it worked out nicely. It boosted back up again. But how long will this last? Because this is now a full, complete collection. Do people actively care about this collection? Because what did we just finish recently that was also a full metallic set? Damascus. So let's go remind ourselves of Damascus. Damascus. And I will point this out. Damascus, the people behind it are still trying to produce skins for it. We've just had some tools submitted the previous week and whatnot. And what do we see right here? Well, the kilt's doing all right. The core pieces here are doing all right. It's all the other pieces that aren't doing super great. Awkward. But then again, let's not forget the amount of sales that all of these skins in the upper half here sold a lot more compared to these. So they're doing all right. They're not doing all right. Kilt's important because it goes with both that and that, so that's doing okay. That's not bad. But the point is that the majority of skins you see there are still doing okay. The core pieces are still doing okay. So that looks like it's fine. But can we say the same in regards to the likes of these boots and gloves and, of course, the set here? Well, number one, if the boots and gloves sell significantly more compared to all of this, yeah, we'd instantly see a problem exactly like what we saw at Damascus. But again, maybe it just doesn't sell that much. Maybe it's completely fine. We'll see. These are not abnormal. Oh, actually, no. The boots are not abnormal, but the gloves are. All right. Now, here's another point I want to bring up to you. By default, roadstone gloves, so as long as they're part of a complete set, they tend to work out very nicely. And you'll see that with the majority of skins that have come out somewhat recently over the years. Yes, you might point out and sit and say, but Damascus, yes, Damascus sold too much. As time goes on, as more of these are bought out, slowly, little bit by bit, it'll gradually go into the positive. And like the majority of the skins that you'll see here, so as long as it's part of a collection, it tends to work out so much better. Now, yep, Thundergold's down a little bit. It's only down by a bit. It's probably just a straggler. Let's just quickly go take a quick look just to quickly confirm that. Come on now. What are you looking like? And the answer is it's literally just 5-6 listings. Okay, it's just 6 listings, but it's just slightly below its rustore price, so it's not that too bad. But yeah, cool. So with what we have going on there, things can work out quite nicely. I just wouldn't assume it's going to be a ridiculous profit. All right, I just wouldn't assume it's going to be a ridiculous profit. Now, what did we see in the previous year, or rather this year? So what have we seen so far this year? We've had Abyss, Lovestruck. We've had Why did I even remove the thing? I don't know. I'm Hedge. I'm stupid. It's a struggle. Come on, SCMM, don't play games with me. Just work for me. It doesn't want to load now. Oh, why did I get rid of it? But anyway, we've had quite a lot of boots and gloves being accepted so far this year, but usually accompanying another set. Its set, I should say. Abyss was all by itself, but Abyss still was like the last thing to be accepted in the Abyss collection, so I'm going to have to refresh, see if that works. But yeah, cyber gloves, I lean more to the likelihood that the gloves will be performing better than the boots, but the gloves are also selling for $1.49. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Well, the gloves are abnormal, so what we'll do is we'll go do those buy orders on it, and then we'll see, you know, after that, is there enough support to keep the price up, or will it suffer? And then based on what we see with that, we could also incorporate to the likes of the boots, and maybe we won't feel so strongly on the boots, for example. We shall see. So I lean more towards the gloves being okay, boots not so much. But yeah, if I go look at the boots, for example, I'll probably see all the combinations we've had so far this year. But SCMM doesn't want to help me out. SCMM just wants to be a problem. SCMM, why are you like this? What did I do to you? I'm always showing you off. Don't you like the attention? Thank you. So yeah, we've had the Love Struck, we've had Damascus, we've had Legacy Kevlar, and as you can see, Damascus is also down in price as well. Again, the amount that's sold, yeah. So boots can be a bit questionable sometimes, so we'll leave it at that. Let's go ahead and talk about the likes of the Imperial Pump Shotgun. So, don't get many Pump Shotgun skins accepted every year. How many did we have last year? 3, I believe. SCMM, please show it. Please. It'll show it in a second. Come on now, come on. Oh, my eyes. Work for me. Oh, I'm getting old, sorry. Alright, there we are. 4 skins last year, one of them being a Twitch drop. But yeah, only Ink Dragon's doing okay, and that sold hardly anything. El Diablo, part of a well-established El Diablo weapon collection. Well, that's only down by 11%. No Mercy, part of the well-established No Mercy collection. The biggest collection in Rust, down 20%, so that's looking a bit questionable. And yet, some of the older ones are probably perfectly in the positive. Do you remember when slugs were really OP with pumps? Yeah, that was it was a year and a half ago. Well, with what we have going on here, it's part of the Imperial set. So far we've had, what, just 2 skins? Is it 2 or 3? And the answer is... I think it's just 2. Yes, do you remember the Thompson? Yeah, do you remember when that sold for $8 a piece? So, with that, well, looking at the previous pump shotgun skins, the one that was in the positive sold really, really low. Pretty sure that's what led to it working out very nicely in terms of its price. That did 12,000, it's down 20%. That did 14,000 bare minimum sales, it's down, 11%. That only did 5,500, it's 17% up. I'm leaning more towards the likelihood that probably might have problems. It's not abnormal as well. Maybe I just want to stick with doing a buy order. How much will it sell, though? Let's leave it. Let's find out. Let's leave it till Wednesday. Of course, I say it all the time, but it's the smartest thing to do. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that. But first Imperial shotgun, first pump shotgun skin to be accepted for the year. So props to you, Mr. Eros. Let's now move on to the likes of the Blocky Lighthouse Door. So number 1, this is abnormal, part of the Blocky collection. It seems we're constantly getting more and more of these skins now, so that's a positive. That's a thing that we can look forward to. What's next? Well, the only way you're going to find out is keep an eye on the workshop. Has anyone commented and suggested an idea? Nope. Right, what do we have here? I'm planning to do a double door, probably a high quality metal one, not sure yet. So he has ideas. Cool. What will the monument be that it's resembling? I don't know. But if you've got an idea for a monument to be put on a deplorable skin, go to that workshop comments page and give them the idea. So Blocky very likely will be continuing with even more deplorables, and of course with more deplorables being accepted, all the better for the deplorable collection. As you can see right there, looking very nice, looking very interesting at the moment. Yes, the garage door has dipped down a bit in price. It's very unfortunate to see, but I think it's because more listings have appeared. Yeah, if you just see these 2 listings disappear, suddenly it's in the positive. So that's looking okay as of now. Launch site for double doors, not a bad idea. That would be pretty cool. So with what we have going on here, there's a lot of potential creative freedom for a lot of potential interesting batch of ideas that could be incorporated into the game. We shall see. People seem to be appreciating it enough, reasonably enough. The garage door did 30,000 sales. The large box did about 15,000 sales. We'll see what happens to the likes of this. If we do keep seeing more Blocky skins being produced, I would feel a whole lot more confident in it. By default, Sheepman of Doors, I question it a lot. Now, Shadowborn probably is going to be the one door skin that's going to be doing perfectly fine for the rest of this year. Maybe, possibly. Could Blocky Lighthouse be exactly the same. So as long as they keep seeing more deployable skins being produced and accepted, all the better for both of them. That's proven to be perfectly fine with the large box coming out just after it. What's likely going to come out after this? What will it be? Well, the only way you can find out is keep an eye on the workshop. That's all you can do. I'm very sorry to say. But if I do see more continuations, I do feel more confident in that. But based on all the other sheet metal doors that you just saw there, they're all in the negative. They're all in the negative. We have a lot of sheet metal doors to compare to. There's like 250 of them. And with so many options to choose from, unfortunately, that does lead to the likes of skins like this suffering. So, yeah, we've got to keep an eye on this. How many sales will it have? Will we see a continuation? What are we going to offer on Wednesday? That is an abnormal skin. We'll see how that all plays out. But for now, got to wait. If you like it, by all means, buy it. Support the skin creator. You get the idea. So, let's move on. Let's talk about Thundergold Custom SMG. Right, so, again, an instant extra acceptance for the Thundergold collection. And we're in that position again, where it's like, okay, they've got a weapon skin accepted, but it's not exactly a super... how do I say this? Beloved weapon. It's gun demand. That's the issue. Let's go take a look at the custom SMG skins, and you kind of understand this. How many of them are down by around $1? Well, that's $1.39, that's $1.11, that's $1.19, that's $1.88, that's $1.18, that's $1.03, that's 89 cents, $1.06, $3.73. So what's going on here? What are we looking at? So basically, how often are you even using a custom SMG? Yeah, gun demand is the issue. If people aren't using the weapon enough, where's the justification to own a skin for it? Where's the justification to want to buy loads of the skins? Do you get the idea? So the skin prices tend to be going down fairly low. What's so special about the custom SMG for the Blackout? Well, number one, it's part of the Blackout collection. Number two, isn't this one of the skins with the aim sights cleaned up a bit? Transparent aim sights is what I'm referring to. No, it looks like it's exactly the same. So that just happened to come around the same time. It came out around the same time as the Python, and Python definitely had cleaned aim sights transparency. So that right there doesn't have it, but it's part of the Blackout collection, so it's beloved. People love the Blackout collection and all its weapons and all its clothing and armor. So yes, that's special compared to the others apparently, but all the other ones, whilst they're part of notable collections and whatnot, they still suffered. This right here, $2.49, could this still end up suffering? Well, number one, how much will it sell? Because when I took a first glance at the likes of all of these weapons over here, that being, these three, including the double-barrel shotgun, when I looked at that, I thought, okay, based on the first 24 hours of sales, it looks like this was going to match up like in between both of these. This ended up selling the least. I thought this was going to do at least 12,000 sales. Nope. So what's that going to end up being? Because with a sheer lack of sales, but being part of an established, well-liked collection, that's going to work out reasonably okay for it. That very likely will end up in the positive. But how much in the positive? Because I have to point out, these two skins routinely go above its rust price, below its rust price, above its rust price, below its rust price. It keeps going up and down, up and down. Not to a significant amount, but it keeps happening. So just take that into consideration. So custom SMG, I look at you and I can sit here and say, I'm interested, but I want to see how many sales have happened. And what's coming next. The more the merrier. The more skins we keep seeing being accepted, the more stronger I feel in regards to the tier 2 armor here. That kilt keeps slowly rising up in price. I'm happy for it. I'm definitely preferring the idea of potentially seeing these. Maybe. Come on, Face Punch. What's going on? Well, it's a bit too late for standard acceptance for those hoodie and pants now. But next month, potentially, complete the sets. Most wanted. We shall see. But, yeah. That's probably the only thing I could potentially think of in regards to that. Or a version 3. I won't say no to a version 3. I'd welcome it. But yeah, to see a new core piece being accepted, I'm pretty much expecting all of that to spike in price. Regardless, I'm pretty sure we'll see another weapon being produced and accepted pretty quickly, and it only adds more to the pile of beloved skins, and the more the merrier. It's the whole set that people are appreciating. So that custom SMG very likely might be doing perfectly fine. But perfectly fine is where it's going to be. Not too crazy in terms of a massive improvement for the profits, but not exactly doing super terrible where it's bad in negative red. Oh dear. So as of now, looking at that, I'm going to kind of keep it at a distance. See what happens by Wednesday. Sorry if I keep playing my eye. I've got something in my eye. It hurts. It's too bright. Right, okay, let's look at the Khinkali Furnace. Because number one, I've said this many times this year, I'm not super enthusiastic for furnaces. However, we have seen some furnaces do pretty okay. Polished Obsidian did pretty okay. Blackberry Furnace has done okay. It's the other ones that kind of put me in like, Well, I mean, all of these. Now, some of you might have noticed Thanksgiving Turkey Furnace is now $4. That is a pump. There was a group of people that bought out like 300 of them. The vast majority of furnaces last year did not perform very well. Abyss did alright. Neon Vibes did alright. All of the others, bleh. So, yes, Hatch Chick Furnace is doing okay. It's only got 10 listings on the Steam market, so just wanted to point that out. This Khinkali thing, I don't know what it is. Alright, I don't know what it is. Apparently it's a dumpling or something. Sure. I don't have a lot of faith in that, I'm sorry to say. Look, congratulations to Jomch and Risato. You know, it's your first ever acceptance. Good stuff. But, you know, looking at this with the idea of the, you know, the financial perspective, wants to buy maybe 10 or 20 or 30 or 100 of them for a potential investment, I don't see it happening now. I'm sorry to say. So, yeah, I question it a lot. I'd rather not take too much of a risk. Yes, they have worked, you know, these two have worked out very nicely. I respect that. But, yeah, I'm sorry to say, I don't want to go near it too much. Potential to get pumped. Well, you know, that could happen. We could look at it, you know, that's actually abnormal. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sorry, I got that wrong. That's not abnormal, sorry. Well, we could just look at it Wednesday and, you know, have a discussion and see how we might want to approach that and whatnot. But by default, I'm just not super enthusiastic for it. I'm sorry to say, but, yeah. Furnaces have kind of ruined me over the past year or so, so I kind of just don't want to deal with them anymore. So, we'll leave it at that. And then we have the Snakebite Hunting Bow, the first hunting bow skin in all of this year, and I'm not joking, that has actually kind of surprised me. Yeah, okay, blueprint bow, but that was a Twitch drop. Yeah, I'm talking about ones in the Rust store, you get the idea, I'm sure you understand. How about all of those bows from last year, though? How are they currently holding up? Not good. Not good. All of them pretty much down to $1. That's not good. Scroll down a little bit more, pretty much the exact same thing, scroll down a little bit more. Comic Bow's doing alright, but that's pure white and pretty useful for the likes of the snowy Arctic environments if you're wearing like full white out and whatnot. All the other bows, so I'm actually leaning to the idea that this isn't going to work out very well. Sorry to say, but yeah, bow skins don't seem to do very nicely. It's unfortunate. Very likely might just be a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. But it is a continuation of the Snakebite set, so you know, that sleeping bag got a continuation, but it's a bow skin. And then the most recent submission was a satchel charge. So I don't really know where this is leading towards. Yeah, and real quickly, just to kind of point out, does that bow glow in the dark? Doesn't mention it, so it doesn't look like it. Okay. So, it is what it is. It's a bow. It's got a snake on it. It looks cool. I will respect that. Sunart's doing some very nice pieces of work as of recent. Lovely little snake. Little leaves on the side and whatnot. But it's a bow, and I'm not exactly super enthusiastic. It's the weapon itself, rather than the skin itself, alright? You know, I did question like the custom SMG as well, but it looks like that collection's got a lot of momentum behind it, so that worked out nicely for that. And of course the Blackout custom SMG. When it comes to bow skins though, yeah, like if there was a Thundergold bow, I'd feel more, you know, inclined to consider buying it, because of course, you know, there's a lot of support with the collection itself. But that's a brand new collection. It's only just got it started, you know, just got started. It's only just got its legs, but yeah, I mean, it's a snake, but whatever. You get the idea. Metaphorically speaking, I probably will just kind of take a bit of a step back. However, how much will it sell? We don't know. We'll look at it Wednesday and we'll see what happens. But if that sells very, very low, ooh, maybe that might be interesting. So, overall, there was quite a lot of rambling there, and I'm very sorry to say. I'm pretty good at it. I love a good yapping, but yeah. With all of that, I'm fine. Like, the deplorables, I'm satisfied with. The weapons, I'm cool with. Clothing, yeah, but it's done now, so it is a perfectly okay Rust. Who knows what we'll see as we get closer and closer to the summertime, because do not forget, as we get closer and closer to the summertime, it will be summer vacation in the Americas soon. I believe that all starts around May time, if I'm correct. And of course, if you look at the how things played out last year, so around April 2023, we had an 82,000 average player count. Then it rose up to 92,000, I guess you could say if we round it up, all the way up to 95,645 average player count. And if you look at the peaks, the peak player count during that, where are we? Sorry, I've got zoomed out a bit. That peak for July 2023 was 182,000. That was ridiculous, all right? So more people playing. I am under the impression that skin prices can only improve. But we assumed the exact same thing for post-Christmas recently. That turned out to be a massive dud. I know. I'm very sorry to see that happen. But, well, when you see skin prices improve, don't just unload all of your skins all at once. Let's go with that. So, we'll see. Have you been keeping an eye on the commits? Sorry, I have to breathe a lot because I've been talking non-stop. Oh, SKS, right. There's a new weapon on the way. So it looks like they've just returned to working on that again. It is a, a Soviet rifle, if I can remember. Here you go, SKS. There's also Gao being mentioned a lot. Gao is apparently like a Chinese sword of some sorts. But yeah, looks like we're getting something that might be a little bit weaker compared to the SAR. We shall see. I don't know, but yeah, we're getting a new rifle. That looks cool. And Gao, if I can find you again. I think you're on like page 2. Gal. I can't find it. But yeah, we haven't actually been seeing that much in regard. Oh, there you go, Gal tests. I don't know what this is. This could either be like a military drill. Yeah, I know. Or it's a Chinese weapon. I think it might be some sort of special event that you can set up in game. We shall see. So there's new content being worked on, but most of the things being mentioned here are just fixes. So make sure you keep an eye on all the new details that you see in the likes of the Rust commits, because you will be potentially the first to be aware of the new content being added to the game. What will it be? We shall see. So yeah, we still have that to look forward to. And yes, Mr. Trakmer, I am still yapping. As I said, if you don't really want to worry too much about keeping an eye on all the skins in the workshop, if you don't want to set up a followed authors list, just look at Mr. Micro's website. You just click this. There you go. Go to workshop. It's all there. And if I only want to see like all the newest skins, that would be week 15. Just click week 15 here. All right, there you go. I only see them. Or maybe I want to see all the skins that came out the previous week 14. Oh, there you go. It's all there. It's easy. It's very easy to navigate. Hang on a minute. I want to go see all of them. I'll clear the search. There you go. I can see all the previous weeks that were recorded and whatnot. You get the idea. So this is going to be a very helpful thing for you if you just get a quick preview of all the skins. Something catches your eye. Oh, look, that cursed AR looks pretty good. You click it. Now I've got the workshop page. Now I can look at it with all its images and whatnot. So a nice, helpful thing for all of you. Very nice, very cool. What's that front page looking like? It's still flashbacks. Yep. Flashbacks got dumped. I can prove that because someone dumped to me. Here you go. Yep, 35 flashbacks hoodies. That happened. Now, okay, what's going on? Well, I wouldn't expect flashbacks tier 2 or tier 3 from here and now, unless we potentially see it next month. If we do have potentially the complete the sets and the most wanted. If. And if we don't see it there, well, I have spoken to algorithm and I just said, just wait and see what happens around May time. If you don't see anything from your collection appear there, then just, get ready for a version 2 for June. Because take this into consideration. Maybe Facepunch would rather list and sell their flashbacks tier 2 and tier 3 when it's the summertime, when there's a lot more people playing the game. A lot more potential profit, a lot more potential sales. It's not too hard to comprehend. So we shall see. But yeah, maybe they'll be more inclined to accept it when it's a version 2. And don't forget, Flashbacks Hoodie and Pants, that was a version 2. So maybe it'll take a few attempts to finally see the continuations appear. That's fine. I'm not complaining about that. I pretty much expect things like this from now on. Right, there's one extra thing that I can bring up. The Easter farm door. Yeah, I talked about this in the special video, didn't I? So this is the most ridiculous thing I've seen, well, ever. Yeah. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'm referring to this video over here. Craziest manipulation in Rust skins market. Thousands of dollars spent. Yes, this guy, or people, I'm not sure if it's a group, they have been spending so much money just to make this appear to be valuable. So this right here was a skin that was in the Rust store about 2 weeks ago, sold for what, like $1.49? It wasn't really worth that much, and people did not care for it. It only did about 3,000 sales, based on what SCMM can see. 3,000 subscribers is what I should say. Guys, it is not worth $40. But if you happen to own one, by all means, go sell it for $40. just go do it. Why? Because the people that have been keeping this pump up they must have spent about $10,000 now. Benji sold all of his. He had 100 doors and he sold all of them and he walked away with like $3,600. And he did all of that within the first 24 hours of it being marketable. All right? It's been 6 days since then, and we've just seen constant sales around $35 to $40. I still do not understand why they're doing this. Because the amount of money they would have had to spend, how on earth could they even make a profit out of doing whatever they're doing? And what are they doing to make a profit? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. So there was the idea of, okay, maybe they're tricking third-party sites and some gambling sites, maybe. We'll see. But maybe they are actually the third-party site / gambling site that are cashing these out to people, and they're only available because they're the ones buying them, and when the very second they stop, instantly drops down in price. I don't know. If you have any good ideas or reasons as to why this is going on, feel free to comment below, but I don't know. It's weird, it's silly, and the amount of money that has been spent to keep that going, it must have been ridiculous. The fact that another 100 sold leads me to believe another $3,600 worth have been spent there again, considering Benji sold 100. So, yeah, madness. Chat, I'm now looking at you. Do you have any questions? And does Hedge ignore chat at the moment? Yes, he does, because he's recording the video. I'm very sorry about that. I try my best to go through everything straightforward as much as I can, and then I save questions for last. So, yes. Is there anything that's on your mind, chat? Is there anything you're worried about? Feel free to question me. Feel free to go nuts. From what I see here, it's okay. It's okay, bro. No, a question. Don't sit there and clarify and say it's fine. Damn you, mechanics, why? Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out for things. Keep an eye out for the pumps as well. There's tons of skins that are randomly getting pumped at the moment. So if you want to quickly figure out where they're hiding, just search by lowest quantities. So if you just click that twice, you can see some very random skins down here. Look for the ones that came out somewhat recently, because there's a lot of people just doing random buyouts. So if I just quickly scroll through here, Scraptooth, what are you doing there? You're not rare, you're not valuable. What are you doing? Stop trying to pretend you are. So, oh yeah, this is easy to spot. So you can see how this is apparently listed at $6. All I've got to do is just bring this down, and suddenly the facade is broken. These buy orders that you see here, they're the same people involved in the pump, and it just dramatically drops off, and the actual genuine buy orders are all around maybe 70 cents. So yeah, that's not legitimate. And then, you know, the easy way to quickly identify is to look at sales history, and yeah, look at that random rise up in price. Something fishy is going on there. I'm led to believe it's all just a pump. But are there any other things that we could probably identify real quickly? What's standing out pretty interestingly? I'm not sure if I can spot anything there. Can't see anything there. Laboratory, you're just old. Blocky, you only just came out. Big grin, you're already expensive. But yeah, every now and then just do this and you'll spot something that kind of doesn't belong, and it might be something you own. It might be something you own. Cybermask got bought out today because of the continuation, so we're not going to worry about that. Raid Satchel, hang on a second, what are you doing there? What? Well, this is like a 2020 skin, if I can recall. And do people care about satchel charges? No, because, you know, you skin it and it's instantly gone because it explodes. So let's go take a look at this. Apparently, the cheapest listing is $7.44, with all the other ones above $13. And if I just do this, and suddenly it drops off immediately. Yep, no, that's not valuable. No. Try harder. Not good enough. I can easily spot that. So yeah, that's another pump happening. So yeah, loads of things like that constantly happening. It's not hard to notice. Once you kind of figure out all the noticeable details, it's easy to notice. But the first instance of a pump beginning is typically when you see a buyout happen. And that is where you'll spot these things. Because if it dramatically has very low sales, listings all of a sudden for certain skins, then yes, you'd probably spot something. So Trash Sword, I believe I saw you recently randomly going up in price. $7 apparently, $3 over here. And then, yeah, it's a bit thin. But what does the recent sales look like? And yeah, it's just like very, 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 very straightforward. And then suddenly, boop. Yeah, no, there's no magical extra special thing about this. It just has a pump going on. So cool. Right, no questions then? We all good? Can Hedge finally stop? Can he breathe? Good. So, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the summertime. Things are improving. Many skin prices improving. Whiteout pants, maybe you're a good example. Lovely bit of pants right here. Let's get a good look at you. So, Whiteout tends to be on the front page all the time for the likes of the Rust Steam market. And what do we see over here? It dipped, but now it's starting to rise back up again. So, a nice peak around the end of December. Goes down, stops around here towards the end of March, starts to rise up, and most skins are exactly like that. They stop around here and they rise up, and we don't know where it's going to stop, but the closer and closer and closer we get to the summertime, the better it is expected that the prices will just keep improving. So if you held on to your skins ever since, you know, like February and whatnot, then congratulations, you can probably walk away with a nice bit of profit. Also, chicken costume, how are you currently holding up? Chicken costume, diddly-doo-doo. You recently just came out the Rust store. Your listings are now at $9. Your buy orders are at $8. Initially, it was going up a fair bit. Now it seems like it's declining. I'm not surprised if it starts declining. This is fully expected. And around the autumn-fall seasonal dip, it's going to probably go down to about $5. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. That's the expectation. It's probably not going to be the thing. Hello, Sage Cat. Thank you very much for that. If you've got any questions, feel free to quickly question me if you want, because we're actually recording right now if you want to be in the video. So, yeah, that's doing okay. There is one more thing I need to address. Copenhagen. We are still not yet had the 75% discount for the capsules. It's going to happen any day now, pretty much. I don't know if it's going to significantly affect the likes of our skins, but don't be surprised if it potentially does. And if it does dip, it probably won't last forever. It'll probably last maybe at best a week. So the improving prices and whatnot that we're seeing at the moment, it might stagnate for a bit, but then afterwards it'll probably be alright. So I'm focusing signature capsules. I mean, you could go do that if you want, doesn't matter, but like they're all going to be cheap regardless. The thing is, though, with them being so cheap, people want loads of quick money to be able to go open as much as they can. The very second that the discount appears, it's a great time to open them and quickly sell whatever you get inside them. You can actually get some very good profits out of that, because the buy orders don't get removed fast enough by the people who put them down. But when will it happen? We don't know, but it could be any day now. That is literally the answer. It might be today, tomorrow, maybe next week. We shall see. But yeah, that's how it's been. Any day now. Shut up, Jack. Shut up. It's not my fault. Valve does it whenever they feel like, and hurt us this way. Yes, Mr. Micro Thundergold. What are you making next, Mr. Micro? Are you going to give us a hint, or are you just going to keep it secret? You can't just scream Thundergold all the time. Where's my water purifier? I want thunder. Water. I want to be energized. Give me the thunder. Right, so stop spamming it. No. Don't be subliminal. Don't buy the custom SMG. Don't do it. He's trying to be subliminal. He's trying to get into your head. Right, anyway, I think we've done everything we can say and yelled about. Is white blackout worth buying for the summer? You should have bought it about a month ago. You should have bought it about a month ago. If I were to go show you blackout, let's go find a random blackout skin. Maybe the kilt. Kilt is usually the most highly valued piece out of all the clothing and armor. So let's just go use that as the example. You will see that you probably would have wanted to buy around February time. And let's just get the confirmation on that. So as I go over to here, you should also consider that we had Legacy Kevlar come out. That might have potentially affected it a bit. Let's go take a look, and the answer is it's still on a decline. Wow, okay then, I'll be honest with you. It looks like it's stopping the decline. Looks like the stagnation might be happening. So actually, blackout might be an okay thing to jump onto if you so wish. Yeah, maybe Legacy Kevlar really did have a lingering effect on it. Especially when you consider, Legacy Kevlar kilt is like, 6 times cheaper than this? So, alright, but then in comparison, we could look at the whiteout kilt. So, when we see it, there we go. Let's go take a look at the whiteout kilt. We did see the pants earlier, but come on, Steam, not now, just work for me, please. Come on, please, come on. Oh, thank you. Right, there you go. I think the kilt's actually rising up in price very nicely as well. So get a quick look at this. No, it's broken. No, why don't you work for me? There we go. Right, so you're currently listing at $16.50, and you're trending upwards. And wow, you're boosting all the way up to a brand new all-time high price. So whiteout, no, you missed out. But blackout looks like you can probably still jump in on it. So yeah, whiteout was as low as $12 in like mid-February-ish. And then recently now, as you can see, it's pushing up towards brand new all-time high prices. So yeah, looking pretty sweet. I wonder, if we get Thundergold hoodie and pants maybe next month, would whiteout be negatively affected? We'll see. If it were to happen, we can only dream. Alright, cool. So, in regards to all of that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. That was a bit of a long ramble, but that's what you would expect with the likes of me. That's why we do the predictions video, even though they end up quite long anyway. But yeah, you get the idea. I try to be straightforward. I try. But yeah, this is my fun little video where I just talk as much as I want, because there's a lot of stupid little things to bring up and whatnot. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward towards the likes of May time. Soon we'll probably get confirmation in regards to there being complete the sets and whatnot. The skin creators will be informed, because they will be told to not produce a skin for a week or two. Alright, we're done. Thank you, see you, and goodbye.